I want to talk to you about your best bait. And what I want to clarify first is what I mean by bait. I'm not talking about bait and switch. What I'm talking about is the incentives or lead magnets that you use to get people to either come into your shop or your premises, into your consultancy, into your office, or to your web marketing system, whatever it might be. And that's what I mean by bait. So the way we do it is, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to capture your best payday. And as a reminder, it's just the single most profitable and rewarding thing that you need to focus on in your business. And next, you're going to capture your best price. And basically, you need to know what you want to get paid in order to get it. And then you're going to write down who your best buyer is. Write down the 3 characteristics you came up with that make this person a match for what you do. And now you're going to identify the 3 big things that will help your best buyer get the fastest and most significant results. And finally, break down the 3 steps your best buyer would want to take to implement each big thing. So you're going to chunk the content down into 3 pieces of bait that really drives people towards the result they want. So, as I say, this worksheet, I will make a downloadable version of it for you below this video. And first thing you need to do is list out your best payday, your best price, and your best buyer. So let's jump into the second bit here. So, if you're working with your best buyer, what are the 3 big things you would do to get the fastest and most significant results? So, for me, it's to identify the assets they've got in their business that have made them successful before, but they're no longer using. So we'd go through and we'd identify that. Number 2, we'd work out ways to amplify those things in the future going forward on a regular and systematic and a predictable and reliable basis. And number 3 is we would find out where all the drag is in the business, the places where money and energy and time is being invested, but the ROI is significantly less than the item number 1 on this list. And we'd probably just turn them off. And an example of that is some of our customers in the past have been spending huge amounts of money on radio advertising and TV advertising and local newspaper advertising. And we just say to them, hey, look, how much are you actually getting from, how much revenue are you getting from this advertising? They go, well, we think it's working pretty good, but we've got no way of measuring it. So I say, well, hey, in that case, just turn it off just for a month. You can always resume it and see what effect that has on the revenue. And most times it doesn't affect the revenue at all, which tells you it's a complete waste and utter failure, So it's also like a couple of $100,000 a year goes straight to the bottom line without any extra effort. So what you're going to do is you're going to work out what are the 3 steps. So this is on the left here is where they haven't got the results, and on the right here is where they've got the results. So step 1, step 2, step 3, and for each of these, what we call milestones, you could also write lists of all the different activities they've got to do to get that milestone, and then what's all the activities you've got to do to get that milestone, and then all these things down here. So it's a pretty straightforward process. But the thing is, if you do this, you're going to be a mile in front of most of your competitors because they haven't got a clue about this stuff. Anyway, if you want to set up a call with me and we can look at this and all the other areas of your business where you've got leverage just sitting there waiting to be implemented, just waiting to be executed on, then there'll be details at the end of this video on what you can do to set that up. And so I'll see you again soon. You have a great day. Bye for now.
First of all, thanks so much for coming by. If you're here on this page, it probably means you've seen some of my content. Maybe even got an email or an ad talking about our consulting program. But literally guaranteed a 100% ROI above our fees in the first 90 days at bare minimum. So first things first, this is 100% real. There's no fine print there. However, we can't do it for everybody. In order for us to really be able to do this for you, your business needs to be well into the multiple six figures plus range. And even more importantly, you need to have forward momentum and stuff we can actually use in order to put to work. So if you're interested, I'll give you a little overview of how the program itself works, then tell you what to do next. So this is a true consultant program and is designed to be minimally invasive in terms of your time commitment. So you might need to dedicate about an hour per week actually talking to us. And then behind the scenes, here's what we do. We take everything we see going on in the business, we analyze it, and we see what's working best. And then we find out ways to make that work better. And then we find one singular course of action to do right now to help us exceed this goal in the short term. In the long term, what we do is work to design systems to take what we did to get to this and make it consistently work for your business over time without you having to do more input. The net effect of this should be an increase in your revenue, with an overall decrease in your feeling like you have 20 million things to do. And so it works really, really well. We've been doing it for years with private clients, and now I'm offering to do it with you as well. If it sounds like something you're into, somewhere on this page, you'll either see a button that will link to a multiple choice thingy, or maybe the multiple choice thing itself. Fill that out, and then you'll be taken to a form where you can choose a time that works best for you to talk to myself or my team. And the purpose of that conversation is to, number one, find out what your long-term goals are. Number two, find out more about your business and what you've got going on to make sure we can actually do this for you. And if we can, we'll tell you that we can. And we'll tell you how we think we can do it. And of course, we'll answer all the questions that you might have for us. And if you like what you hear, then we can start working together. Pretty simple. There's absolutely nothing to lose because this is 100% real. Alright, so if this sounds good to you, go ahead, fill out the little form thing, and let's set up a time to talk. Thanks so much for watching my stuff, and I look forward to working together soon. Take it easy.